Welcome to Sessions on Python Tutorials, where we break down Python programming in the simplest way. I'm your host, and today we are featuring a seasoned professor and practitioner who will help us diving into the fundamentals, variables, and operators. From storing data to performing calculations, these are the building blocks of every Python program. Stay tuned and watch till the end for clear explanations and practical insights to level up your coding skills. Master AI effortlessly with our channel, covering Python, free AI tools, data engineering, generative AI, cloud fundamentals, and more, perfect for beginners, researchers, academics, and professionals. Subscribe now, hit like, and share with your friends and colleagues to stay ahead in the AI revolution. If you type Jupyter Notebook in the Google search bar and search for it, you will see the results. At the top of the results, you will find the Jupyter Notebook link along with several other related links. Click on Jupyter Notebook and it will open a new window for you, giving you access to the notebook. Now, try this in your browser. Once you click on it, select Try Classic Notebook. And the binder will load in the window. After a few moments, your Classic Notebook will open, allowing you to start programming with ease. Once the Jupyter Notebook is open, our guest for the day will deliver the tutorial. Now let us begin.
So if you would like to know more about Jupyter, you can click on any of these links and can have a look on the documentation for Jupyter. For now, I will open and we will kickstart Python learning session. So I will click on File and click on New Notebook and click on Python 3. So another window will open for you. Here you will see these are the cells where you are going to type your commands and it will work for you. Let's see how. So you can also start typing with me. Let's do our first line of coding for Python. Here we go. So I am typing print, and then I am typing within quotes welcome to Python. Alright. Once I have done that, I will click the run button. Here it is for you. So there are several buttons. This will add more cells. I will show you how it adds more cells. And this is the edit button. This is view button. So we will gradually see what are these in our upcoming tutorials. So if I now hit the run button, you will find that welcome to Python is printed here. Do you find it very tough? I know you must be finding it very easy. And now let's move ahead. So this one is the basic of Python. Okay. Now this particular cell here, I am trying to show you that what are Python variables, right? So in case of Python variables, as you all know, there can be numeric variable or number, there can be float, there can be character, there can be string, there can be integer, isn't it? So now if I would like to provide a heading to whatever I am trying to do, what I will do, I will select it as it is already selected. Here you will find it is written that code. So whatever I will write here, it will be treated as a code and it will be executed as a code. So if I write here variable, what will happen? If I run it, it will provide an error. You see, this is an error. Why? Because variable is not a code, it is a statement. So to run it as a statement, we need to do a little bit of change here. So if we are seeing that or viewing that code is written here, we can transform it to markdown, or even we can transfer it to heading. Okay. So now it becomes a heading. So by default it will give you a code. I have already added another cell, and here I will show you that how the variables are working. So let's say number is a variable which I have declared equals to 4. Okay. Float underscore number equals to, let's say, 15.09. Then character equals to, let's say, x. So while you are writing character, note here that you need to write it within quotes. While you are declaring the variable and inserting a value to the variable, you have to insert it within two different inverted commas. This is single inverted commas, right? So it is as simple as the English language. Then you can see I am typing string, which equals to, let's say, welcome to XISS. Okay. Now I would like to see that what are the types of variables which I have allotted here or allocated here and declared here. Here I have declared the variable, here I have allotted one value. Here I have declared the variable, here I have allotted one value. Here also I have declared another variable. So all these, as you can understand, are different variables. We would like to test that whether the Python programming language is able to recognize them properly or not. So for that I am writing print number, comma, type within brace number, right? So here I am trying to print number and the type of it. So you can see number here, which is the declaration of the variable, whatever value is allotted to it, and that's why I have written number here. And I am trying to find out that what kind of variable is being really allotted to it, and that's why I have typed I have written here type, that is what type of variable it is, and then number. Now the second one, so I can just copy it and then I can paste it here and can just write float underscore number, and here also you need to change it, float underscore number. Then in the third line, if I am doing this, so what I need to do, this is nothing but character, since I have declared character here, and then Control V, and here also pasting the same value, that is character. And finally print string, right, comma, type string. So as you can see here that we are trying to find out what are the types of the variables that we have declared here. So now if I hit run, as you can see, this is the class int, this is float, right, this is string, okay, and this X also stands for string, right? So these are the different types of characters which I have written here. Now if I do a little bit of change, let's say if I write like this, okay, and write here X, what will happen? Okay. Similarly, I will type, or I can copy it from here and can write it here. Okay. So let's say, what's the type now? As you can see, in number I have written X in quotes. So number must be represented here as a character. It must be identified by Python as a character. Float remains unchanged. And against character I have written 10. Right. So if you can see that type character. So if I now run the code, you see now 10 is an int. So even if I have declared it as a character, it is int. Why? Because I have written the value of the character as 10, which is an integer value. So it is on the right side of the program that how you are allotting the value, that's how it will be identified by Python. Similarly for number X, you see it is a string. Now if I change this a little bit, right, like this, and now if I run this, what is the answer? You see, now 10 is treated as a character since it is within the quotes. So that is why Python will take it as a character. That is for your understanding. Alright. Now we will move on. So you have understood that what is a variable, how to execute the Python program. After this, what we will see that what is a Python list. This is again very simple. What is a Python list? List is an ordered collection of data. It is mutable and allow duplicates. If list is created by enclosing the data items within the square brackets delimited by comma, right? Let's see how. So this is what I'm trying to show you, is creating a list. Okay, what I need to do, I need to change it as heading. So I will add one cell here, and let's say I am entering the marks of a student. Okay, so let's say the marks are 45, 68, 90, 39. All right. Now if I write here print marks, right, what will be the output? Let's run it. So it is printed here. Apart from this, if I write let's see if there is any output or not. As you can find, the class is list. So it has rightly identified the data type. Now you can do several practices like this using the list. After this, there are certain list operations which you can do. Okay, I am showing you with an example. So what you can do is that you can index a list, right? How you can index a list? If you are writing here print let's say marks 0, okay, and then colon %d and then again you need to put 1% here and then marks 0. Okay, let us try to run it and see whether it gives an error or not. So mark 0 is 45. So Python starts its counting from 0. So 0 stands for this, 1 stands for this, 2 stands for this, and 3 stands for this. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 0, 1, 2, 3. If I change this, let's say 3 and 3, what will happen? So it's 39. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I believe you have understood this. And then after this is called indexing the list. So if I really want to provide a heading to this, so if I write markdown here, indexing a list. Now the second thing, how can I modify a list? Can I really modify a list? Let's see. One more thing before we go to modification, I would like to show you, that is, if I am writing something like this, let's say I copy this, Control C, Control V, and then if I am writing -1, okay, what will happen? So if I run this, I will again get 39. So if I want to access the last element of the list, then I need to write -1. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. That is, this is the third element, isn't it? According to Python, this is third element. So the last position will always be designated as -1. Keep this in mind as an important note. Now if I am writing a markdown means I am giving a subheading. So how can I modifying a list? So modifying a list is very simple. It will happen in the blink of an eye. So let's say marks, let's say 2 equals to, let's say 78. Okay, and now if I write print marks, and then if I click on run here, you see this is given by 78. Okay, what was the earlier value? The earlier value to this was 90. You can see here, and it is modified now to 78. This is how you can change the values in a list. Then you can also slice a list. That is called slicing the list. How to slice the list? This is again going to be simple for you. I hope you are practicing and typing along with me, because otherwise just by viewing you won't be able to learn. So for learning you need to type. The more you work with your computer, the more you learn. Computer science is such a thing that cannot be learned by viewing or by just by reading theories. You have to really work for it. You have to do practicals, then only you will be able to master it. Now if you are doing slicing the list, then let's say print marks zero up to length marks. Okay, if I am writing this, then what will be the value? Let's see. The entire list will be displayed to you. After this, if I am copying this statement and pasting it here in the next cell and writing here colon length of the marks, again it will provide you. So it means the same. After that, will it run? Yes, and this will give you 0, 1, 2 because 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you are writing 0 to 3, as I have already told you, that is 0th element to the third element. So that is, this one is the first element, this is second, this is third. Okay. If I change it, or even if I make it 1, what will happen? Right. Why? Why this is happening? If you remember, I have told you to remember this, that is -1. So whatever you are providing, that will be deducted by 1. For example, if you are writing 3 here and you are running this, you will get 3 minus 1, that is up to 2. So to get the last element, that is the entire list, you have to write 0 to 4, that is the entire length of the list. Let's see what happens. And you see, you get the entire list. So to get the first 2 element, right? So if you are writing 3 here, so you get the first 2 elements, 0 and 1. This is 0, this is 1. Okay. So this is how the slicing of list can be done. After that, if you really want to sort the list, so if I write here print, let's say list, okay, and type run here, this is the class of the list which is being given. Sorry, so I have to provide the name of the list here. Yeah, now you get it. So now I am trying to sort the list, that is 45, 68, 78. This is an unsorted list, right? So if I would like to really sort it, this will happen with just one function, that is sorted. Then marks. If I am writing this and hitting run, you see the entire list is sorted, right? So let us give a subheading to this, that is sorting the list. And now finally we have seen today that how a list is being sorted and how a list is being indexed and how a list can be sliced, right, by within creating a list. After that we have seen the variable declaration and we have learned our first program in Python.